Now, in many parts of India and in many particular predictive astrology schools of thought, ninth house is also considered the house of one's father. To gauge how this child is going to be for his or her father. If, for example, there are certain planets in it, that person is going to stay away from his or her father. If the owner of the 8th house, right now it may not make sense what I'm going to say. I see some of you are yawning. If the owner of the 8th house goes into the 9th, that person may get separated from his or her father and guru. So you can figure a lot about your guru from your 9th house, as if, okay, so 10th. Now, 10th house is your work, business, and things like public life and even achievements and success, recognition, etc. So they are worked out from the 10th house. Now, for example, imagine somebody's 5th house. Do you remember what 5th house was for? Children, or let's say education. If your 5th house is very strong, as we will progress, we'll know how to find out if a house is strong or not. If your 5th house is very strong, but your 10th house is very weak, that can mean multiple things, some of which are, A, you will be well educated, but you will never really get the recognition in your career, or you will never really shine, or you won't really benefit as much from your career. On the other hand, imagine 5th house is very weak, yet the 10th house is very strong. This signifies that even if you are not well educated, you will still find the money to sit in an astro camp and learn astrology. So, which means, you know how some people are very good at what they do, even without any formal training? So the idea is behind this, if the 10th house is very strong, you will always have job opportunities. You will always have work. If the 9th house, which is destiny, is stronger than the 10th house, that usually means the person is going to engage in business and not employment. If the 10th house is very strong, way stronger than 9th house, then the person is likely to be employed. If 10th house is governed by very superior planets, the person is likely to be in a managerial or administrative position. If the 10th house is not governed, it's governed by fickle planets or weak planets, the person is likely to shift from one place to another. And there are families where forever it's a stress for everybody. Will he get the new job? You know, there is the husband always running out of jobs, and wives are always stressed, and children are stressed, and there is a constant question lurking on their heads. Now, will this job be okay, or will I get a new job? Will I get a new job? On the other hand, you have some people, they will spend, you won't even know, they will spend their whole lives working great jobs, and they just somehow get it. It's not that one is more competent than the other. Sometimes that is a non-issue. At times it's just their temperament, how they are made, and some of that can be ascertained from the 10th house.